Hi, everybody. I want to talk to you today a little bit about an economic theory that has a huge impact on people's lives and really impacts well-being in a very negative way. It is something called neoliberalism. And neoliberalism is a theory and it has some cultural manifestations as well. That the most important value in a neoliberalist system is a free market that is completely unfettered and unregulated. In a neoliberal capitalist economy, there is very little taxation. There are very little, if none, it could be no social services, and everything relies on competition. It is a very kind of winner takes all way of thinking. So there's no unions, there's no worker protection, there's no socialized health care, there's no public schools, there's no you know there's no structure except for the structure that's needed to keep industry and commerce going. In a neoliberalist culture, there's really not this idea of citizenship or democracy. It's sort of incidental. What you are as an individual in a neoliberalist economy is you're either a consumer, so you purchase items in that economy, or you're an entrepreneur. You can be both, obviously. But this sort of like the notions of kinship and community and society and citizenship and responsibility for one another, connection with one another, those are not valued in a neoliberalist culture. What's valued is making money, accumulating wealth, accumulating power associated with wealth, and it's extremely individualistic. So it is about me first. Uh, you know, relationships are only relationships as they relate to the as they relate to or useful for business, for corporations. We have been moving in that direction since Reagan, and this is a point of view or philosophy that's been embraced by both Republicans and Democrats to differing degrees. One thing that's very, very important for women to understand is that baked into neoliberal theory is that women's labor is utilized by others and exploited by others. Exploitation is just fine, you know. So a lot of the sort of social systems like the care of children, the care of older people, nursing, education, care of the home, work within religious communities, all of that is on the backs of women. So, the unpaid work of women is very much one of the sort of foundations of neoliberalism, because if nobody was doing those things, everything would fall apart. So it relies on half the population working for free on behalf of the system and having very little say or control. So neoliberalism is a system of male supremacy. And women need to realize we are moving into a very extreme neoliberalist culture. And the intention of the plan is for women's work to be even more exploited than it already is.